Everybody, welcome back to Whimsy Crafter. As promised, I'm back with a DIY on orchids. I had shown you in my previous video how I had potted my orchid in a special container. If you haven't watched it, I am linking the video in the I button. But today I'll be showing you how you can make orchid pots. Orchid pots are a bit different from ordinary pots that we use for gardening, in the sense that it has perforation all over. So this is exactly how an orchid pot looks like. These are plastic mesh pots. You see, there is so much of space in the pot. This is just barely an outline of a pot, you might say, because there are so many holes on all sides. Orchids have roots that breathe, that also respire, so that is why such a setup is required. I can easily use this pot for planting my orchid, but since I promised you a DIY, I am showing you how you can easily make one at home, and as a result you won't need to buy these pots online unnecessarily. So for that I have taken a plastic glass. You can see there are already holes that are made already. I had used this for germinating seeds in previous videos, so I have just reused this glass. So this particular glass over here, as you can see, I will use this to create orchid pots, and apart from that I have a permanent marker and a paper cutter. So let's see what we need to do. You need to create perforations or holes on the entire body of the glass. So I'm just marking the holes, okay, like this. And for these areas I am marking rectangular shapes. Okay, I am just making a rough drawing so that I can cut through these portions to allow enough aeration for the orchid roots. And the drainage holes are already there at the base. Even if they are not there, it won't matter. You don't need to create one hole over here. It's fine without it altogether. Alright. So you know very well how I use a special technique to drill holes in plastic without a drilling machine, and I am going to show you that in a while now. Stay tuned. Alright, so here I have a burning incense stick, and I will use that to poke holes in the plastic. This plastic is a thin flimsy plastic glass, so it will drill holes in the plastic very easily. As you can see, you just need to touch it with the burning end of the stick and the hole will be created. You can follow the same technique using a warmed up pin, but this is a faster method. And for warming up metals and then using it, you will have to constantly hold it to the fire to heat it up, but since this is already burning, you won't have to put in that effort again and again and again. I will make a little hole over here and the rest I will cut through using paper cutter. Okay, I'm just making a hole here. If you keep moving the stick like this, it will remain ignited. So after this, here is my pot and here is the potting medium. So like I showed you in the last video that I made about orchids, I'll fill the base of this pot with charcoal. prepared my orchid pot, and now, like I told you yesterday, I'll water my orchid using lukewarm water. And this is filtered water because first you need to acclimate your orchid plant with the surroundings where you are keeping it, and then slowly introduce tap water. I would not recommend using tap water at the very first watering of the orchid. So I'll gently dip this glass in this container filled with warm water and let the orchid rest for say about 10 to 15 minutes, and after that I'll remove this from the pot. Okay, so it has been around 10 minutes and I'll slowly remove the orchid pot like this. Shake off any excess water that it might be holding, and then I'll place it on my window. I'll show you once I have installed it. Now I have kept two of my orchids. One I potted in this pot and the other one in this pot. So I'll keep you updated with the growth of my orchid.